The mass PPV strategy I'm about to walk you through is by far one of the most effective money-making systems in the OnlyFans industry right now. Strategies evolve constantly, and things that worked even 6 months ago don't work the same anymore. But this approach is outperforming everything that we've seen over the last few years. It increases your chat ratio, increases your average spend per subscriber, and unlocks revenue from fans you would never have made money from otherwise. Most creators underestimate how much money is hidden inside their existing subscriber base, simply because they don't have the right system to activate it. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to activate it. You need to understand the psychology of why mass PPVs actually work, because 60 and 70% of subscribers on paid pages don't engage at all. They never message, they never reply, they never tell you what they want. They sub quietly, look around quietly, lose interest quietly, and then disappear. And this happens because of a very predictable customer life cycle. A guy will subscribe because he's horny. That is the emotional trigger behind 95% of subscriptions. He wants to see explicit content, but he gets onto your page, sees that your feed is mostly lewd or soft content, and then mentally categorizes you as, she doesn't do what I'm looking for. This assumption kills your revenue. Not because you don't have the content, but because he thinks asking for it is awkward or he's too nervous to message. Most men will not initiate the conversation. They need a reason to talk to you. They need an invitation. They need friction removed. That's where mass PPV comes in. Mass PPV lets you break that assumption instantly. Instead of waiting for fans to initiate, you take the first step. You put content directly in front of them so that they don't have to ask for anything. Suddenly, the fan who was invisible, who wasn't, planning to spend, who was mentally checked out, gets a PPV that catches his attention. And the moment he unlocks it, he is now emotionally invested. And once he spends once, the likelihood that he chats skyrockets. And this is the beauty of this strategy. Mass PPV doesn't just generate money, it converts people into conversations, and conversations make money. As long as your chat team is skilled, that is. You're not just making one sale, you're opening the door to hundreds or thousands more. But what about the fans who still don't chat? They don't need to. Those subscribers become your targeted PPV list. You look at what they've unlocked. If a guy buys a foot video, now you know he's a foot guy. If he buys a dom style video or a cosplay video, you know exactly what niche he's into. And instead of making new content specifically for no spenders, you simply send them content from your vault. Content that you've already made that perfectly matches their preference. They've never seen it, so it's new to them. Now, this is how you turn completely silent fans into consistent spenders without ever having to create extra work for yourself. Now, let's talk about how to structure the actual mass PPV system, because most creators get this wrong. The first goal is to create content that fans can unlock immediately without having to message you first. You want to eliminate friction. The easiest way to do this is to include a paid welcome message, something short, enticing, and instantly unlockable. But an even more effective approach is to use blurred teasers pinned on your feed. You take some of your best converting videos, the ones you know perform well, and you post a blurred version with a mysterious caption. Something like, message me the word tentacle for my tentacle PPV. The reason this works so well is that the fan has to take a small action first by messaging you the keyword. That tiny micro step turns a passive fan into an active customer, and because the request comes from them, your chatters now have the flexibility to tailor the price based on the spender's history. Low spenders get one price, mid spenders get another, high spenders get another. Same content, different revenue essentially. Now, I highly recommend having at least 3 different keyword style PPVs pinned on your feed at all times. Rotate out the ones that convert the least and replace them with the new options. This helps you constantly test what resonates with your audience. And over time, you'll know exactly what sells and what doesn't. Let's move into something creators desperately need to hear. You must be completely ruthless with no spenders. Not rude, not pushy, but completely intentional. No spenders have no value until they unlock something. They don't chat, they don't tip, they don't buy customs, and they almost never rebill. So you need to convert them or accept their dead weight. The best way to convert them is volume. Isolate a group of fans who have never spent and send multiple PPVs per day. This doesn't annoy them, you're actually doing them a favor. You're essentially giving them options. You're showing them things they might be too shy to ask for. And because they haven't seen any of your old content, you can send vault content which costs you 0 effort. When one unlocks a PPV, that unlock tells you exactly what niche they're into. Then you tailor their future content based on that interest. Now let's talk about your new mass PPV drops, the premium ones. These are videos you create specifically for the fan base. You should make 2 new special videos every week designed for mass send outs. And the timing matters dramatically. Now, weekends are the best because That's when the majority of fans are feeling social, relaxed and emotional, which is when they're most willing to spend on your content. But here's where most creators miss out. If you want your mass PPVs to convert at the highest rate possible, you need to build anticipation before the drop. Don't just send the video out randomly. Use mass messages throughout the week to tease it. You know, a blurred frame, a description, a little story, something that builds tension. By the time the weekend comes, fans are primed and eager. This one technique can double or even triple your unlock rates. Another huge detail, protect your whales. Whales do not want to unlock content that everyone else gets. So when someone has spent $15,000 and up on you, they expect exclusivity. They expect personal experiences, live content, sequences made for them. The moment they feel like you're giving them the same content you're giving a guy who spent only $5, they disengage, and you never want to lose whales. You should manually exclude your whales from all mass PPVs. Instead, sell them the same content at a higher price through a live sequence. You will easily make 5x the revenue that way. The rule is simple. Whales get bespoke experiences, not mass content. Now, to maximize how much money each mass PPV earns, you need proper segmentation. Most creators send the same price to everyone. Huge mistake. You should be creating different spend groups and tailoring the PPV prices based on their habits. You have low spenders, mid spenders, high spenders, and whales. If someone has already paid $100 for a video before, there is absolutely no reason to sell them new videos for $30. Price them higher. They've already proven that they spend big. This is revenue optimization, so same content but more profit. Festive seasons are another massive opportunity that creators rarely use correctly. Seasonal content has natural hype built in. Christmas, Valentine's Day, Halloween. Now, these are emotional periods where fans are more active and more willing to spend. Something like 12 Days of Christmas drop can be insanely profitable. Every day you release a new PPV, and then you can add a reward system. For example, if a fan unlocks all 12 pieces, they get a free custom. By the time they finish the series, they've often spent over $1,000. This works because humans love completion. They love progression. They love collecting rewards. You're not just selling content, you're selling the feeling of finishing something. Before I finish, I want you to understand the true power of this mass PPV strategy. It doesn't just increase your revenue, it actually transforms your entire account. It raises your chat ratio because fans start conversations they would have never started otherwise. It activates no spenders who were previously worthless to your page. It maximizes whales by keeping their experience premium, and it makes your vault profitable instead of forgotten, and it gives your chat team consistent opportunities to convert fans. And when combined with strong daily posting on your feed and good chatters and organized segmentation, you should easily be hitting at least a 1 to 12 chat ratio or better. Now, mass PPV isn't about spam and it isn't about randomness. It's about psychology, timing, segmentation, and presentation. If you implement everything I've explained today, your revenue will increase dramatically. Your fans will become way more engaged and your entire account will feel more alive. The creators who scale in 2026 aren't the ones who just post pretty content. They're the ones who understand buyer behavior, emotional triggers, and how to build a strategic system around their content. Mass PPV is one of the strongest systems you have, and when you treat it like a science instead of a guessing game, the results are insane. If you found this valuable, make sure you hit subscribe, drop a like, and comment what strategy you want me to cover in the next video. Now, if you are a creator looking to scale your business and you want to have a conversation with me or my team, please drop me a message below on my Instagram and we can see if working with our agency would actually be a fit for both of us. And if you are an agency who's looking to scale, want access to our systems, or want to have a strategy call, you can book on the link down below. Now, thank you all for watching again. I hope you drew some value from it. I'll see you all on the next one.